What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back to being over the board. I'm back from our trip. We got some games to play, and yeah, our first matchup is going to be against Law here. And my opponent is super kind. She's really sweet, and you know, we're just shuffling it up. I'm going to mulligan. She's keeping. But big news and big announcement for the channel, guys. I did get lucky enough to get into 2 of the treasure cups coming up in May. I got into the May 6th, I believe it's core TCG, and then I got into the May 27th by play TCG. So I'm extremely excited. Just want to get some great matches in for that, you know, treasure cup. And it's going to be online, so you know, it'll be over webcams. Hopefully I'll be able to stream it. I still have to clarify if that'll be okay or not, but probably stream it with a delay on the Twitch channel. So if you haven't taken the time to follow the Twitch channel, might be a pretty good time. The link is always down in the description below. But my opponent plays Chopper and Nami, and I've got 3 Dawn. We're gonna throw down that Isuka after we swing for 5. She takes life, and I'll just throw down Isuka past turn. But this was such a fun tournament. I got to meet a bunch of new people. Had some homies that have been, you know, supporting and watching the channel and some of the videos on here. You know, that popped in and said hello, and that was so cool. And a big shout out to my buddy Josh. He hooked it up with these amazing card sleeves. Not the ones that I'm using right now. I picked these up at PAX, but he hooked up some amazing card sleeves from I'm not even sure where they're from, actually, to be completely honest, but they are Spy Family card sleeves with Your Forger as the cover art. It is so cool. So I was extremely appreciative of that, and you know, hey bro, if you're listening, thank you again so much. And yeah, but we go to 5 Dawn here. I'm gonna swing for 5 with lead and 5 with Isuka, and she takes both lives, which is it was pretty surprising. I was expecting a counter out of the Isuka. You know, I saved her for 1 turn, but to be fair, I don't even know why I saved her. I think I trashed a Kobe and a Tashigi to save Isuka. I genuinely don't know why I did that, but it is what it is. And I hope that you guys know the camera angle is a little bit different now, because I was getting glare in some of the past matches. I really tried to put an emphasis on this tournament being a bit better about getting the right angle so that there was less glare, and I hope that, you know, it looks a bit better on the videos and the quality comes out much nicer. But I appreciate the feedback as well that many of you guys gave me on that. And she's going to pick up Law. I think this is like her 3rd Law in hand, if I'm not mistaken. Or 4th? Oh my god. I think that might be her 4th Law. It's kind of terrifying if you think about it. But she's going to go ahead and pass turn. I'd like to get rid of that Bonnie, if possible. But having my opponent at 1 Dawn is like, I don't know. Or not 1 Dawn, excuse me, 1 life. Makes me feel like I have kind of just a big opportunity here, but looks like we throw down Kuzan. Our hand does seem to have just a lot of those SRs in there, and she's gonna block with the Chopper, and we'll throw down another Garp for 2. Yep. And she's like, oh yeah, that's a scary card. I'm like, yep, it's pretty good. It's pretty dang good against Law. And it's pretty dang good against Zoro, too. The only thing is, against Zoro, it feels not as great putting it down, just because Nico Robin, Vista, and potentially, you know, the card just getting blown up pretty quickly. And also not having the 2K in hand is just unfortunate. But I feel pretty good in the position that we're at, with her only having 3 characters on the field and putting down the Garp for the moment. But she is going to play Curly to Dawn. She's had all the searchers that she wants. So her hand is stacked at the moment. Pretty dang stacked. But with the Dawn, she's going to pick up Makino, bottom deck the rest. And yeah, she sure as heck does have 4 of the SR laws in hand. That is wild that that she was able to get that much. But brings Nami up to 5, swings at life. I will gladly take my first life. I was waiting for that moment. Shoot, I think I might take another if she decides to swing for 7. But it looks like she just paid 2 to swap the Nami, play Law, and probably bounce back, I would say, the Bonnie, yeah. Bounce back the Bonnie and play Nami again. Yep. Do some searching. It was funny because there was a moment during this match that I was like about to ask her if I could see her trash, just because I kept seeing Nami get bounced back over and over and over again. And to me, I was thinking, I was like, oh my god, how many of these has she played? And then I realized, I'm like, oh, okay. I forgot. It's the same Nami. It's just being bounced back and forth. So it gave me a good laugh. And yeah, she's gonna go 6 at life here. I'm trying to decide whether I want to take the life or not. Like, I could just counter. She's starting to build a board. My hand's not terrible, but it's not great. So I do decide to go to 7. I don't really need the card in hand at the moment. The Suru is practically useless for me. It does look like we just picked up Impact Wave, though. So Impact Wave's kind of nice. Pretty happy about that. In this matchup, pretty sick. So I'll do 6 at life, and I'm going to bring down Law to 1 here. She is going to use Otama, counter out of that. I'm going to use leader ability to bring Law down to 0, swing with... actually, no, we don't swing with leader yet. I go 6... Oh, no, I decide to go 7 and KO the Garp. And she blocks with Beige. And then we still have 3 Dawn left. I think I'm just going to slap one under leader, go for 8. Yeah, just go for 8 at life. And save 2 for Impact Wave. And she will counter out with 2 Brooks, going to 9. And I'll just pass turn. Felt like a pretty solid turn for me. I mean, using Kuzan and leader ability to bring down Law to 0. And have Garp basically just freely kill him. Felt great. And we also burned a lot of counters out of her hand. So she's going to have even more counters in hand, or put down basically a wall of blockers to get this going. So going to bring Nami up to 5, and she will do 5, I believe. Let's see, was it at Garp? Or I think she's deciding. Yeah, she decides to go 5 at Kuzan. Now, this is kind of an interesting moment. I could just 2k counter. But I decide to use Impact Wave and take out the Dawn, just because I know that she's going to be able to fill her board again, and I don't want her to have as many searches as possible or replays of, you know, card draw. So I was like, you know what? Even though she's swinging 5, I'm just going to go ahead and use the Impact Wave. I'm going to get rid of the Dawn. That way, 1, it's not a swing that can just be bounced back, but also just hopefully trying to get rid of some of that card draw. But I mean, look, Bonnie comes down. More searching, you know. Nami's probably going to get bounced back. There's Beige. So, yeah, she's going to rest some Dawn and play Law here. She shambles the Nami, plays Law, brings back Bonnie, puts down Nami, searches more, and I'm sitting here, you know, just crying myself to sleep. Like, oh, God, the amount of searches. But looks like she picks up a Red Hawk. Jet Pistol, and then bottom decks another, and will Jet Pistol the Kuzan, so a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now 5 here at the Garp. I don't see myself saving this, but I could be insane. Yeah, I'm gonna let it go. Okay, I was like, I don't see myself doing that, but who knows? Sometimes I make absolutely insane decisions. I'm very, very aware of that. And yeah, it's looking like we have a Borsellino Sakazuki combo coming down with 10 Dawn. So just trying to think of what is the best play at the moment. It also looks like we have 10 drop Kuzan potentially. So I'm going to swing 5 at Makino here. And mistake on her part was she took Beige and blocked with that instead of just using Trafalgar Law. Could have just used Law right there, rested, and then saved the Beige. And then I'll play Borsellino, but I'll take that. If my opponent makes a misplay, I'll take that. It helps me out in the end. I make misplays constantly, so whenever my opponent makes one, it makes me feel a little more comfortable. And it looks like we trashed the Isuka for putting down the Sakazuki, but yeah, I'm at 2 cards in hand. I know one of them is the Suru 2K counter, but was the other one the 10-drop Kuzan? I can't really see it. When I was showing it, I couldn't really see it very well. Yeah. But she puts Bonnie to work again, searching up some cards. And it looks like it is 10-drop Kuzan. So 10-drop Kuzan and Suru. Yeah. And she's going to put down, or search Beige. Yep, not put down, excuse me. And excuse my dog if you hear him barking right now. He's looking at something outside the window. Hey, Hal, it's okay. It's okay. You're good. You're good. But she's gonna use Shambles, bring back Nami, put Outlaw, and then just swap out, to replay Nami again. Searches for the chopper blocker, and yeah. She's building a wall, slowly but surely building a wall right here. That is going to be tough to get through, Got to do a lot of work to get through that. She's going to use her last 5 Dawn, though, to play Law and put down the chopper again. I don't think that the chopper was an incredible play, but I think that she could have potentially so I'll swing 5 at life here, and yet again I really think that she should have rested one of the laws, and so I will go ahead and get 2 free blocks out of the Sakazuki and the leader here, and then I just get to KO one of the laws using 10-drop Kuzan, and I'll pass turn. And it looks as though we have the 5-drop Smoker card in hand, as well as the Suru, and yeah, and she's got some thinking to do, but searches out another chopper. She's finding all the blockers. It's actually kind of impressive. And I mean, now having Kuzan on field pretty much makes KOing everything fairly easy, but alas, we don't have many KO cards in hand. I'm just trying to get her to swing at life. Like, I need cards at this exact moment. I need cards. Like, we have a great board state, but I am just struggling to get some valued cards. Yeah. But, oh yeah, I remember at this moment, she was like, sorry I'm taking so long. I was like, no problem at all. I was like, I take extortionately long sometimes in my process of going through moves and thinking it out. I was like, I have no problem whatsoever. I was like, so please take your time, think out, your turn. I have no problem with that. I'm always here for a good time. And she does 9 here at Sakazuki, and I made a misplay here because I completely forgot about 5-drop Law that reactivates a supernova. So absolutely horrid mistake. Take the Borsellino block. She puts down some more blockers, and then she will use 2 to shambles that and reactivate her Law, swinging 9 again. And I went, oh god, I can't believe that I forgot about that. I was like, that card just completely screwed me. I mean, we're still not looking terrible. It's just unfortunate because we would have been probably in an even more commanding position had we had Borsellino still alive. But she searches out Zoro here, interestingly enough, and believe swings for 6 and then just passes turn. I'll take that card. Thank you. And we pick up a Borsellino and also draw into a Garp. So, not terrible. But I'm just assigning some Dawn and slapping one underneath leader. I'll just bring, Bonnie down to 0. And I decide, I believe, to go for the Bonnie here for 7, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because I think that she was trying to save the search. Or potentially I go for life. I might go for life. Either way, I'm trying to get her to use that chopper blocker so that I can just swing 10 at the 5-drop Law on the field at the moment. So, just kind of deciding what is you know, the play that I'm looking for. And so I decided to go for 10 at law here. And she is going to let it go, which kind of surprised me a little bit. Kind of, I don't know, took me off guard. And so I'm sitting here thinking I want to go 10 at Bonnie, and she chooses to use the blocker right there. And then we'll just play Borsellino and Garp. I'm putting down Garp just because of how many, you know, searches as well as blockers she's been able to get down on the field. I'm like, I gotta get rid of this. I gotta get this, you know, get these out of the way. But also, Garp is so good after that 10 drop is down, because now, you know, she can put down a 5 drop blocker and then Garp can just KO it for free. So without her having like Vista or Jet Pistol, like Garp is just gonna get so much value for me next turn. But it looks as though she does have 2 Vistas in hand, so he's not gonna be doing much. But you know, have to play it just in case that she doesn't have those cards. Yeah. And just kind of thinking about what, you know, what might be her best play here. I don't think you really have much options with her hand. I mean, you can try and take out 10 drop Kuzan, but then you're not going to have any blockers on the field. She definitely needs a search with the Bonnie. See if there's, you know, maybe something in there that could help out in this situation. But we still have the Borsellino, just for taking care of our 10 drop Kuzan. And so slaps 2 underneath the law character here. So bringing him up to 8. And then swaps out, brings out Zoro, and goes, it's just thinking about how much Dawn, you know, she's trying to go for. I don't know if she's maybe thinking of swinging or... Okay, yeah, brings... Okay. Brings Izo down, rests Borsellino. Yep. And I think she's really just trying to KO Borsellino and then have the 2 Dawn to swap for... Oh, or not. So 6 at Borsellino here. I'll let him go. And I guess just 1 Dawn, yeah, so 6 at life. I will counter out because we don't need the Suru. And 8. Yep. All right, we take that. We take that. Now we are looking at no blockers and 3 swings. Feeling pretty good. This has got to be a very comfortable position to be in. So I decide to go for 5, KO the Bonnie, and she does counter out of that. And then we're just going to slap 6 Dawn underneath and go for a 12k swing and a 12k swing. And good game. It was a lot of fun, but that was our first match of the tournament. And we hop into some really, really intense matchups in the next few games. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much again for a lot of the support over the last couple videos. And we are slowly but surely approaching 700 subs now. I can't even say thank you enough. I mean, literally, we just hit 500, I think, what, like a week or 2 ago. So thank you again, guys, and I hope you have a great day. Peace.